kind of listen to your tone. That's exactly what a reader is doing. Maybe the reader's eyes are closed, or maybe they're looking to the side or gazing out a window. This is called psychic listening, where the reader is processing what they hear within your voice, as well the words and energies. Rarely does a good psychic blurt without processing their intuition first. Now, how is a psychiatrist session different than a psychic session? Well, first of all, years and years and years of education is, of course, what it takes to be a good psychiatrist. But it is even more different because they specialize in asking you questions, listening to your answers, allowing you to talk for the entire hour that you are paying for. A psychic is different because the counselor, the life coach, or the intuitive is somebody that you're asking a question. And maybe you gave a little information, maybe you did not. In my case, all you need to do is give your first name. But of course, if you want to talk first, that's totally up to you. But the job of a psychic is to give you the information for them to do the talking while you listen. And always remembering that any information, any strategy that you are given, you always have free will, and the future is changeable according to your wise actions. And I always recommend that it's a very good idea if you are going to both a psychiatrist and a psychic at the same time. Sometimes a psychic can give you material to talk about at your next session. Sometimes, if they are in conjunction with each other, the psychiatrist, given the questions that perhaps your psychic read on, or that your psychic perhaps advises you go to your psychiatric session with, can even better or even get to the quick faster for your psychiatrist. Now, there are 5 basic rules for psychic listening, and this is both for the client and the psychic. First of all, value, if you are a psychic, the client relationship. You truly want to listen. In the vocal tone lives an entire story. You will not hear it or feel any energy but your own if you are, as a reader, experiencing illness, worry, or a bad day, because that's what's going to obsess you and distract you from getting a good reading. Discipline yourself to listen. Your seeker chose you over every other reader at that time. Honor this. Schedule times to read when you are at your best with the world. Now, when the reading session begins, don't try to respond. Excuse me. Coffee needed. Until your client has finished talking. Don't blurt or hurry them. Refrain from pushing your client to ask their question. When they ask a question, it is always good to repeat it by asking, is the question you are asking me such and such? If need be, as a psychic, help your client to word their question. Repeating the question they ask you confirms that you are listening and understand what they want from you. Number 3, each client and reader has their own unique style. By truly listening and not judging an unfamiliar culture, style, or accent, you are free to communicate effectively in a rewarding and friendly conversation and reading. Number 4, it is easy to get lost in one's professional ego. Learn to be just human and friendly. Your client will return if you learn to relax with them. On the other hand, and this can happen too if you are a psychic, it is important that some professional people in their own fields of professional ego want to point out your flaws, want to tell you that you're wrong, as if they feel that that's necessary to prove that they are having the upper hand. Don't get angry. Just go with it. What happens if you try to push the agenda and say, wait a minute, I know what I'm doing, is you'll probably get a bad review. Now, understand when you give a psychic reading as a reader to really listen to the tone of your client's voice. In it lies the energy of their spiritual life journey. Acknowledge that you are hearing them with small responses, like you would in any conversation. Don't interrupt them. Just go, oh, yeah, okay, Anything to let them know they are validated. Don't analyze, just listen. You will be able to read them better and know the emotional flow of your client and when to wind down your reading. All of these suggestions can be used by both the client and the reader, as well as in our everyday lives with loved ones. Don't interrupt. Confirm that you are listening. Make sure that you are not being condescending. And value the fact that someone is talking to you. Don't try to second guess what they're going to say and say it before they have, because you're going to make them mad, right? That's how you deal with any conversation with a friend or loved one. In a psychic reading, it's a little different because it's depending on energy and intuitive reading. But in your loved ones or your friends, make sure to just take time to listen. It's as important as it is to be able to be a good conversationalist. People feel validated when you're listening. That's right. All right. So we have in the room, as well as in our chat room or in Quick Room, Helen from New Jersey. I'm going to read for Helen first because she is calling in. Hi, Helen. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And yourself?
Oh, great. It's a sunny day here in the Midwest. How about you?
Today was pretty sunny, too. We've had numerous days of rain, so today was very, very appealing.
Yeah, it just lifts your whole spirit, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Helen, what can I read on for you today?
Just sort of wondering if, there's any messages for me. Lately we've had some little family issues with my son and his wife, so I'm just looking for some guidance.
Okay, sure. So what I'm understanding that you're asking me is in guidance to first understand where things stand according to the energy in the reading, and then maybe you can give me your son's name after I validate your energy, okay?
Sure, yes.
All right. So say your first name.
Helen.
Thank you. And then again.
Helen.
Thank you. And one more time.
Helen.
Thanks. Helen, because I'm reading the energy in your voice, and that's why I ask you to repeat it 3 times, here's what comes up in your energy today. It says that for whatever reason, you feel as if you have not been appreciated and have not necessarily had any of the support that you've offered people acknowledged. And it's as if you feel that it's now making you kind of feel the same, as if at this point you're not very receptive to the people involved. It shows that there's been a lack of faith in some of the people involved that you never used to feel. You used to feel so intuitively connected with your son. And you used to feel like you understood what he wanted and where he was going. But now it just says that you just feel incredibly unappreciated and that it makes you feel, I'm not going to say bitter, but it makes you feel like you're shutting down yourself. And so if I look at how does your son see you in his life, and what's his first name?
His name is Joseph.
Joseph. And then again.
Joseph.
Okay. Your son, according to your reading, would tell you that at this particular time, he wishes you would not go into anxiety over him. He would tell you that there may be travel or there may be distancing in the near future based on the fact that he doesn't have enough right now in his life where he is to satisfy him or to make him feel secure. Your son would tell you that he loves you. And your son would tell you that he never meant or intended to break your heart or hurt you. Your son would tell you that he realizes he has not made you feel very good about yourself, and he doesn't feel very good about himself right now. Your son would tell you that right now the one thing that he doesn't want is for you to tell him of his potential, because he feels that he does not want to be locked into your expectations of him. And it shows that he feels lonely for you, and he feels that you feel lonely for him. Your son would tell you that right now he's having problems in a relationship, or that there seems to be obstacles around him concerning an environmental issue. And your son would tell you that in order to fix this, he may have to distance or to go a different direction for a while. But most of all, your son would tell you that he understands that you love him. He loves you too. He never meant to hurt you. But he seems to feel that right now what he needs is to not meet your expectations of him, but to kind of have to It sounds like he's kind of trying to meet the demands of someone else around him, and that this is something that, as a son, he can't help and feels that it's important you understand how much he cares about you, but it is what it is. So, what specifically can I answer about this?
Well, the thing that I'm concerned with is there going to be a resolution to this in a positive manner. Because this past weekend I wasn't really sure what was going to happen.
So the question is that I'm hearing how to go about having a positive resolution to this. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
Yeah.
So the question is, how do you go about having a positive resolution on this issue? And your reading says, at this time, even though you feel terribly hurt, and as if you feel that the treatment you've been getting is unfair, there is no way to be able to have a positive resolution if you are both in chaos. It says give this about 3 months of just not even reaching out to him, and just let it be. My feeling is that his greatest wish is you not be in anxiety. And I know you don't want to be in anxiety, but for crying out loud, I understand he's your son. But it says truly your best course of action for positive resolution in this issue is just give each other space. And don't try to connect with him for possibly a good 3 months. My feeling is that you will both come around. But when you are both feeling at odds, all you're going to be doing is suffering from ego, both of you. And ego wars are never productive. And neither is hurt egos.
Right.
So it's just better, it says, to give this space right now. You can always do what you want. You always have free will to do what you want, Helen. But this is what comes through.
Okay.
I feel that if you could do this, Helen, within about 3 months, I think you would start to see a return of resolution in a positive way with your son. Don't expect miracles, but I think that you both need to cool down.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, that's wonderful.
Thanks, Helen.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful day.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Rebecca's. Thanks, Helen. Rebecca says, hi, Anne-Marie. And hi, Rebecca. I very much appreciate you tapping into the chat room and saying, hey. Marie from Connecticut says, hi, Anne-Marie. Today, I applied for a nighttime custodian job. The hours would be perfect for me so that I can start a business during the day. Do you see me getting this job? And do you see me getting my business started? Well, there are 2 missing things that I would ask you, Marie, in a private reading. One is, what is the name of the job? Or initials of the job, so that I can give you an energy reading on that initial or name. The other thing I would tell you or ask you is, what is the name or what is the direction of your private business? So seeing that I do not have all the information I need, Marie, I'm just going to start out by giving you an energy reading. And this energy reading will be about where you stand within the next 5 or 6 months and where it's headed. So if I look at that, Marie, this is what comes through. It says that this is the month of flexibility. And what that means is that um, as you pursue your ambitions for a personal business, remember it right now your day job, right now your other job is blessing you, helping you to get the right kind of money financially to back your new business until you feel free and clear to be able to make it solely alone. In July, it says there is kind of a feeling of distraction, as if you're kind of detaching from your. And I'm not sure what it is you're detaching from, but it says possibly it's about detaching from your goal and just allowing the universe to let it come into your lap easily. August is seen as everything's flowing and just exactly as it should, exactly the way you want. September, you're going, oh my God, I have all these opportunities. It seems as if things are getting, the ducks are getting in a row, and all I need is the guts, the courage to believe that now is the time to quit my job. But it says you're really having some issues with that in August. September, it says you're finally relaxing. So here we have you all the way to August and have a chance to quit your day job, but you're starting to have some doubts, just fearing that you won't have that extra income. And so what I'm really seeing here, Marie, is that your greatest sabotage is going to be procrastination and self-doubt. The procrastination is not a bad thing because you want to, before you go into any self-employment, know that it's off the ground enough where it can give you the money that you need and a return that the day job could boost you with. If you're not there yet, don't quit your day job. And also it says that you may notice that that is starting to feel more like it's possible in August and September. So we have Christina from Ohio. She says, can I have a 3-month financial reading? Thanks, Christina. I sure will be happy to give you one. So giving Christina a 3-month financial reading. And here is what comes through. Honey, I will be honest with you. It looks tight. It says, try to take your focus off a huge expenditure that you may be itching very, very badly to have in your life. Because it says that by kind of taking your focus away from it, it'll help your finances in June. July, it says, watch out from dealing with anybody that you don't trust or believing somebody financially on a expenditure that you don't completely trust. Or if you feel like you don't trust yourself in July, then certainly do not make a big purchase in July. August, it looks as if you're having some change of thinking. Whatever it was that you really felt that you wanted to spend on in a large purchase, it says that you suddenly have a change of mind. And it shows that you finally have a large enough amount of money to be completely confident with in late autumn. So in the next 3 months, I don't see, Christina, that it's a good time for you to spend much money and to hold on to it and be very strict with yourself. Your spending time for comfort and not going backwards is actually seen in October. So late September, October is when I see that you have the money that you want to be able to make a large purchase or do something different. Thanks, Christina. And I want to say hi to Gwen. Hi, Anne-Marie. What energy do you see around my friendship with Alan? Thank you. Okay, Gwen, I will be happy to give you a reading on this. And Gwen is in the chat room. So, Gwen, I hope that you're listening. Can you hear me, Gwen? If not, I don't know if you want me to type this in your chat room, but I'm going to be doing the reading here. And what it says, Gwen, about Alan. And I'm going to look at Alan's energy first. Romantically, Alan is seen feeling this way. He can't believe that you are so on the same wavelength as him. He can't believe the magnetic chemistry between you both. He can't believe how great you make him feel. It almost is so good, he's scared to death. What's your best course of action? To not freak poor Alan out? And if I look at that, it says in order to be able to keep Alan on track, it says continue to communicate with other people and be motivated to do your own thing. That way, you still give Alan a challenge and something to work for. So he can't focus completely on, oh my God, she's so good to me, I just can't believe it. By giving him something to worry about and by giving him something to have a just challenge with you, his focus will be off of something being too good to be true to, my God, this is too good to lose. And that's what I see will help you and Alan keep things going and stay on track. All right. Again, the number to call in for a free message reading by phone is 602-666-6027. We're going to go to Patrick from Pennsylvania. It says, hello, Anne-Marie. I'm trying to negotiate a price on a home I want. Can you see what the cards say? Thank you. All right, Patrick. Usually I like if you give me the house number if I'm going to read on a negotiation or the energy of the house. And Gwen says that is true. Okay, good. I'm glad that hit home for you, Gwen. Okay, Patrick, again, I'm reading on your house and whether the negotiation price will hit home for you. And this is what comes through. Patrick, I feel that they are going to challenge you to a higher price. So my feeling is there's negotiation ahead that you're going to have to do. So don't stop unless you completely feel that you're going beyond your budget. I would be prepared that they are going to want a higher price. You know, these things are so precious when you want them. I can only tell you of the land that I once had and gardened and put $2,000 worth of landscaping on. And I had been told by the city and okay, Patrick says the number is 851. Thank you, Patrick. I want to tell my story. So I had landscaped the land. I had a lawyer that says, continue paying the taxes on the land. Don't worry. You, at the end of so many years, the land will automatically be yours. And then the city ripped down the house that was on the land, and suddenly they wanted $4,000 up front. Well, I didn't pay it. And my neighbors in back of me got the property that I worked so hard on. And it kills me every time I go by. So, Patrick, don't be afraid to go with a higher price. I should have With the value of my property, I should have challenged and negotiated at a higher price. So I'm encouraging you to as well. And I'm going to read on the energy of 851 for Patrick. And Patrick, the energy of the number that you have given me in the chat room for 851, the address of your home, and it says, this is a beautiful energy in this house. It's a place of love. It's a place of compatibility. It's a place where people have had wonderful relationships with, and as well, it is a place where there has been some problems. The problems may stem from something internally within the home, but the energy itself is incredibly great. Again, looking out, will the price that you negotiated for 851 be accepted by the sellers? And it says, be prepared to go higher, Patrick. I believe you're awfully close, but be prepared to go a little higher. You don't want to lose this incredible, wonderful energy in this house. All right. Gwen is calling in. Hey, Gwen, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, Gwen. It's nice to hear your
Good.
voice
It's so good to
again.
hear your voice.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad to hear
It's
you
been a while.
calling. I know. What's going on in
I
your
missed
life?
you. I missed you. I missed you. Missed you.
I
Missed
miss
you a
you
lot.
too.
I just want to thank you for the reading. It was truly spot on. When you mentioned that I feel like I have to with Alan is I actually have to kind of show him and teach him how I want to be treated. I don't know if that's, I don't know. This is like all new to me.
I think with Alan, what you need to do is less instead of more. I think that with Alan, you have perhaps been almost perfect and he's amazed by it. But now it's time to do less.
Yes. Yes, which is exactly what I've been doing. Which is exactly what I've been doing.
And I feel that if you do that, that you will be chased, be truly appreciated twice as much by Alan. And it also, I know there sounds like a head game to the fact of the cat and mouse thing. But if you make yourself too available, it makes it seem as if you can't do better. So you want to make sure that he knows that you can and are worth every piece of gold that he wants to indulge in you, and that's what I see.
Yes, because I actually sometimes I don't want to act. I've kind of stepped away from him when I am now doing my own thing. I've gone on vacation. I'm just doing my own thing.
That's exactly what you should be doing. Yes.
Yes. And, I don't think I've texted him or even have truly emailed him, and it's got to be several months now. So I don't, so well, something happened today where he was criticizing a woman. He, criticized her by the way she looked, that she was fat, and she looked like maybe she was 50 years old and unattractive. And I kind of had to go, I'm not going to say postal on him, but I very gently and assertively just told him that just was not cool. And it made him look unflattering and unattractive.
Yeah, and what is that saying? That's saying that if you become 50 and you put on a little weight that you're not lovable.
Which I have, which I have, and
It
I am an older woman, and
well,
I was
well,
like,
that's just not right. And it was
okay,
almost like,
mm,
to me, what I'm feeling by that
mhm,
statement that he said
mhm,
is,
mhm,
even though you are older and even
mhm,
though you're gaining weight, I want you
mhm,
to know that you're not so darn perfect as I think you are. So
mm,
it's almost like he's trying to make you feel less secure because he does think you're so
yes,
gosh darn perfect. And so
yes,
I would just sometimes reverse psychology works, and it's just to say,
mhm,
oh, I understand how that is. I sometimes feel that about guys when they get a tummy, or I feel that
mhm,
way when guys sometimes get older. I understand.
mhm.
You know, you
I
confirm
didn't
that
reverse that
that
psychology. I didn't reverse that psychology.
what's
I
that?
didn't reverse it. I did not reverse that psychology. But I let him know. I'm like, because he does that often. It's not just with me, but it's with people that are older than he is. He makes comments about their age and about how they look.
Well, I'll tell you what, honey, he chose you. He thinks you're
Mhm,
perfect. So all of these
mhm,
little put downs are, in my
mhm,
opinion, ways to tell
mhm,
you that you're not so darn
mhm.
perfect, even though he thinks you are. And I would
Right.
listen to it, and
Mhm.
is he that much younger than you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, I
We're
too
not
have a
dating.
very
We're
young
not dating.
husband. So I
Okay.
understand.
Okay. Good.
I have a husband that is, quite a bit younger than I am, but we've been married 19 years. And
Yes. Yes.
believe me, if you don't feed into it and you
Mhm.
just brush it off and refuse to allow it to upset you, it's no fun anymore. Or
Mhm.
again, it's time for you to
Mhm.
distance and show that you can even do better. Keep on communicating,
Yes.
keep on doing what you want. And my feeling is
Mhm.
that you will have,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
you'll have this guy eating out of your hand. I gotta go, Gwen. I've got another
Okay.
caller and
Thank
some
you.
people. Baby girl,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for calling. I
Thank you.
appreciate
Nice to
that.
hear your voice. All righty. Okay. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Okay, I want to make sure that I attend. I have an unknown caller from Pennsylvania. I have Paloma. I think that's your name. Hi, Anne Marie. She's in the chat room. May you read for me? I would like to know, what do you see for my love life for the next 6 months? Oh dear. Paloma, you have not given me a name of someone to read on. So if I look at what is your love life like in the next 6 months, well, here's the thing. Your reading says honor and appreciate the security that you have in your life right now. If you have gone into the beginnings of a relationship and you or someone else is starting to feel a little nervous or suddenly backing off, continue, just like I said with Gwen, to do what you need to do to stay confident and secure. It says that somebody that perhaps started out as a wonderful friend may find that they're confused as to whether they want more or not with you. And your reading says, make sure that you hold yourself like a queen. Do not allow yourself to be insecure. Continue to go out and do things. And if someone is maybe questioning whether they want you more as a friend or as a lover, or maybe as both, understand. Sorry about the dogs barking there. Understand that you are in a time of your life where you need to be secure, you need to be confident, and my feeling is that impulsively this person or this love in your life will come into your chapter. So Everything I have here shows that you are going to do just fine. 6 months from now, expect an impulsive action by somebody that seemed to be giving confusing signals as to whether they thought you were a friend or more. And I see nothing but good for you. All right, Paloma. Next time, give me the name of somebody and I will try to breathe more specifically. Let's take from the unknown caller from Pennsylvania. Hello, how are you?
Hello, this is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, great. What's going on in Sarah's life?
I am involved in a lot of different creative pursuits,
Uh-huh.
and I would like to hone in on one of them.
Sure.
And they're all different kinds of movement, and I was wondering if you would be able to look at 3 different kinds and see what would be the best match for me to pursue further.
We'd have to go very quickly because 3 different things could take time. But I will give you what comes up energetically in a quick way.
Okay.
Because we have to, and so start with the first choice.
The first is silks.
Silks. Sounds wonderful. Yeah. That makes me feel luscious just saying the word. So silks. And if I look at what comes up, it says this. It says a wonderful opportunity by something or an organization or someone that seems very trustworthy. But it says if it may be wise or you may feel that there is a episode of June and July where there seems to be a backing off. Your reading says, don't worry. In August, it looks as if this could be something that would give you a return. And in September, it looks very secure. And in October, it says connections are made. And in November, it says empowerment.
Oh.
But the only kind of aloof months or distant months are June and July.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now give me the other one.
Poi, P-O-I.
Is that a company or is that a
It's fire dancing, actually. It's fire.
Oh. So looking at poi. And if I look at poi, what comes up on that says this is what comes up. It says something that may have not registered with you in a very courageous way as much as a spiritual way. It says that it may be something that has highs and lows of ambition, and that it will have times when it seems like it's always available and flowing into your life in 2-month intervals of time, and then go into quiet episodes that last quite a bit of time that make you feel impatient.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Can I throw out the last one really quick?
Mm-hmm.
It's
yes.
modern dance.
Modern dancing?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I look at modern dancing, what comes up on that says, actually it's a little more powerful than the poi. It says it seems to be something that you've always felt very in tune with. It seems to be something that you've always focused on. At this particular time, though, it causes you tension, and that whether that means your body feels tightness or that you're still limbering up or that there is a episode of a learning curve where you have to kind of settle to get your body believable in its actions. You will find that as you take that time to limber up, to become believable and authentic in your modern dancing, that things start to come into your life in a very strong way. But I would have to say the most powerful reading was on silks.
All right. This was so helpful. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Sarah. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Have a great night. Bye.
You too. Gary from Indiana says, "Hi, can I have an angel reading?" You bet, Gary. And I will look at what comes through. I'm using my special Archangel Oracle cards, and these are Dorian Virtue cards, just because you asked for a angel reading. Gary, there are 3 angels that we are going to read on that are going to be part of your summer months. And these angels are also going to deliver a certain kind of energy, recovery, and protection. If I look at what they are, the first energy seen, the first angel is seen, and if you can read that, prosperity, the angel of prosperity. And what this says is this Archangel Ariel, and it says your material needs are provided this summer as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. The second angel dynamic that comes up is from Archangel Jeremiah, and it says, all is well, meaning that you're on the right path at exactly the right time, and everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to, with hidden blessings you will soon understand. And the last dynamic of the angel that is in your summer months is from Archangel Jophiel, and it says, get rid of the clutter and clear the energy around you and use feng shui, which means that, and this is the angel, get rid of, clear your space. Now, whether that means that you need to start going for attunements to holistic healers, or whether that's actually about clearing office space, you have a kind of like a I would call it your good housekeeping angel, who is saying, okay, we've got good money coming into your life this summer. We've got you on exactly the path that you need to be. But Gary, for crying out loud, clean your space. Make sure that you're getting rid of the stuff that you don't need and make room for the new things that are coming into your life this year. It will help you feel rejuvenated, rebooted, and make you feel as if your angels are truly on your side. All right. We have Melissa from South Carolina. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm not going to be able to give you all readings, but it says, Melissa says, I have not been working since March and I'm looking for work. Do your cards show new employment for me soon? Blessings. All right, so we will look at the time frame approximately for work for Melissa in South Carolina. And Melissa, when I look at possible work and a time frame, and please remember that all time frames are approximate, I get the month of, honey, are you being flexible? Are you truly being flexible with what you can do for work? Because what it says is that you find a problem with many of the things that are out there, and you feel as if they will not empower you or give you the money that you wish for. Therefore, it says because they do not register with passion for you, you do not want to do them. Your reading says it's time for you to walk away from that kind of pickiness and to realize that a job is there for you much sooner than you think. But remember, Walmart is full of college graduates that know one thing. The longer you go without a job, the more unemployable you are. Even if you are doing the stuff that you don't want to be doing, it's better than doing nothing. It shows that you have flexibility. So I'm going to say, Melissa, make sure that you take whatever's available within reason for you so that your job record will attract people who understand. You do not sit lethargically waiting for things to come to you. That's what I show, and you should have a job, a good job, and I show you celebrating if you take and what's close around you without being picky. The phenomenal job that you're looking for should be the end of August, but don't wait that long. Take what's available. All right. Okay, so we have Sarah from New York says, may I have an organic angel reading? You sure can. So we have 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and this is going to be a quickie. And Sarah from New York is different from Sarah from Pennsylvania that wants to go into silks. So let's go into Sarah from New York, and she says, this says, the angel of peace is around you, which means that Archangel Shamael says peace comes from remembering to let go of people that you have a grudge against and just concentrate on love at this time and the people that you treasure. You are somebody, girl, that is clairaudient. And that was today what the beginning of our subject matter was, the ability to read energy in the tone of voices. It says, notice the loving guidance you hear inside your own mind and from other people. That is a gift of yours. And the third angel I see is relationship harmony. If you've been having a tough time with relationships, if you've been feeling without one, it's going to get back on track. I promise. All right. Next week, Joseph Grick will be with us, and the week after that. So for now, bye. And remember, come to me at thecallingoflight.com.
Hi, I'm Anne-Marie Odell at Achieve Radio's Tarot Joy. Come on upstairs. Grab yourself a tapestry pillow and get a down-home